Hey, welcome to the Dreyway. Look at beautiful. This is Vegas. Look how beautiful it is behind me. Look at that. 59 degrees this morning. So yes, it's a little brisk, but we got a great show for you today. I'm glad you're here. This is the Dreyway. My name is Drayton Aurges. I am your host. Thanks for stopping by. Just know that on this show, you're going to get the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help me. So let's get started. Let's go. Hey, welcome to the Dreyway. I'm glad you're here. Look, we have a lot to talk about. And the main thing I want to talk about today is the president needs to step down. You have one job as president, one main job. Of course, we all know that, his job is to protect the country, blah, blah. We know that. But you can't really protect the country. You really can't protect the people if you're not open. Yeah. Government shutdown. This is bad because this president has no understanding of how government actually works and how many people actually depend on government services. And that's why I hate it. I hate it with every fiber of my being when Republicans walk around going, oh, we don't need government. Government sucks. Government's terrible. Government. No. It's terrible when you run it because you don't understand it. You don't understand that government, as I've said 1,000 times, is in service for its people. You Republicans cannot wrap your head around that because you're like, well, we got to make money. We got to make money. We got to make money. That's not what government is about. That's not what government is for. It's not about making money. It's about being in service to the people, making life better for its people. That's what government is all about. And Trump knows nothing about that. Absolutely zero. And that's why when you see this man talk, when you see his health and just his mental capabilities now, he needs to step down. We need somebody to step in and be like, you know what? Enough's enough. Certainly the military would agree with me. I don't think there's any question whatsoever. If I said this in front of the military generals would be like, yes, that guy needs to go. And that's, I promise you, when they got together the other day and they were doing those stupid speeches in front of these career military personnel, I'm sure these people were looking at them going, what are you people talking about? Because these are military generals. These are people that take their lives very seriously and their duties very seriously. But you know who doesn't take his duty very seriously? Is the president. The president who takes an oath. He takes an oath to protect the Constitution, but he's fighting against it. We have a president fighting against the Constitution. Oh, you're a citizen because you're born here? I want to get rid of that. No, it's right there in the Constitution. We don't get rid of things like that. No, if you're born here, you are an American. End of story. Period. And we have a president now that just wants to fight the Constitution. And I'll say it again. I've said it once. I'll say it again. If you're going to change the Constitution, if you're not going to listen to this document that we've all for as long as the country has been here, looked at and said, this is our document. This is how we run this country. This is it. But this president literally is like, I don't like this. I don't like this amendment. I don't like this one. I don't like this one. Yeah. No. He took an oath, people, and that doesn't mean anything to him. He doesn't understand that running the government is extremely important to millions of Americans. The House and Senate just took off. Yeah, well, we'll see in another week or two. You're in a shutdown. The whole nation is shut down. All federal, off everything. What do you mean you're just going to? But that shows you what I'm talking about. This is why I say it over and over and over again. You do not put Republicans in charge of government. Just because you can run a business, that doesn't mean shit. Running a business is just strictly for profit. That's not what government is for. That's why whenever I hear people go, oh yeah, well, he runs this company, he could run government. No, because government isn't about making profit. And now we have a president that just doesn't understand anything at this point. I mean, that speech in front of the generals, disgusting. Those AI videos that he just recently did, deplorable. What kind of moron does stuff like that? You're the president of the United States and you're putting out racist shit? What's the matter with you? But somebody needs to, when is somebody going to step up and be like, this guy can't do the job anymore. This guy is not mentally capable of doing this job anymore. How much more is this country going to have to suffer? Because we have failed leadership at the top that has no idea what they're doing. The president needs to step down. The president needs to go away. And we need to stop, please, for the love of God, stop electing 80-year-old men to do anything. There are lots of other people that are younger that can actually do. When you turn 80, it's just different. It's just different. You shouldn't be responsible for anything. You know what? You know what you should be responsible for? Telling your stories. That's what people really want an 80-year-old for. Even I know that. I mean, I turned 62 in a few days. And I know in 18 years from now, I can tell you exactly where I'm going to be. I am going to be down in the British Virgin Islands, working at any cocktail bar, any bar that'll have me. I'll be behind the bar at 80 years old, and I'll be telling my stories while serving beer and whiskey. That's exactly what I'll be doing. And I'll be doing it on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights. The rest of the nights are for me. But Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights, I will be at the bar telling all my stories, and I can't think of a better thing. I can't think of a better retirement than serving customers from around the world and telling all my stories. So I know exactly what I'm going to be doing at 80. My biggest responsibility is going to be opening a beer. That's going to be my biggest responsibility. So I already know that when I'm 80, don't give me any responsibilities above opening a beer. Certainly don't give me the responsibility of running an entire country, because what he is doing is damaging the entire country. But it's not just the country, he's damaging the entire world. Donald Trump, step down. Donald Trump, go away. People step up and realize that, we have provisions for this. When you have a man that can no longer function in the job, and this guy is not functioning on any level. He can't even keep the government open. Let me say that again. He can't even keep the government open. And you've got a Republican House, a Republican Senate, and a Republican White House. And they can't even be honest about it. Oh, well, they're trying to give health care to people that are illegal. No, that's illegal. No, we're not trying to do that. That's a lie. Even AI says, you can type it into AI. Republicans are saying this, and AI is like, yeah, that's not true. If you don't believe me, go ahead and type it in. And you'll see AI is like, yeah, that's a lie. That's not true. So why are grown-ass adults walking around saying an obvious lie? Why are they doing it? Because they believe their constituents don't give a shit about the truth. They just want a story to tell. That's all Republicans want. Just give them a story. It doesn't have to be real. It doesn't have to be true. But see, now there's AI, and AI corrects it so fast. So when a Republican, I had a guy the other day, at a restaurant trying to tell me, and I said, look it up on AI right now. I said, I don't want to hear your opinion. I don't want to hear your thoughts. I don't want to ask AI. Ask AI right now. And AI, nope, that's not true. Democrats are not trying to give, it's not legal to give health care to illegals. There it is. There it is. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should Donald Trump step down? I'm calling on him to step down immediately. For the good of the country, Donald Trump, please go away. Let me know what you say in the comments. Don't go anywhere. Part 2 to the Dreyway. You don't want to miss this. I'm going to talk about something a little bit. I talked about it briefly the other day. I have skin cancer. I've had skin cancer a number of times. I've gone through a number of surgeries. I had my whole face taken apart before. I've had stitches literally all over the place in my head. I'm going to still do my show, but starting in November, you will notice some changes because I will be doing a chemo treatment, topical chemo treatment, and it burns everything, all the cancer that's going to be on my face and on my nose, and it's not going to look very friendly. So I'm just warning you in advance. I'm still going to do the show. I might have to do it from back here. I may not want to be so close to the camera because it's going to be bad. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be bad. And I've got to do it for at least 6 weeks. I've got basal carcinomas that I have to take care of. And I suggest all of you out there, if you have spots that don't go away and stuff like that, get treated for it. Get treated for it. I go through this every few years, it seems like now, and I'm not looking forward to it. It's miserable. I get sick. But, the support that's available, especially on this platform and on TikTok and stuff like that, you guys are always very supportive, and I figure I just might as well tell you what's going on and why it's going on. I got basal carcinomas, all 7 of them, 6 of them, 7 of them, something like that. So they're going to be treated with chemo. So you're going to notice in November that my face is going to be, it's going to look like it's on fire, and that's because basically it is. That's exactly what's going on. It's a burning sensation that it's hard to describe, but it's just, it's one of those things that I think I don't want to delay taking care of it. Bad things can happen if you delay from stuff like this. So if you have some spots, if you have some things that you're worried about, go get it checked out. Go get it checked out. I got it checked out. I'm taking care of it. I wanted to let you guys be aware of it and know about it because, I'm going to look scary for a while. But that's the update on that. That's the situation on that. And you'll notice it in November. But just know that's what's going on. I'm treating skin cancer in my face and on my head. So that's what's going on. Don't go anywhere. I had to get through that. I'm through that now. Part 3 coming up. Stay with me. The thing that just really bothers me, and I just want to end the show with, when there's a Republican in the White House, they want to rule over the entire country and tell states what to do. They want to invade the states, like they're going into Chicago, they're going into Illinois, they're going into California. They're going to go in there and the government's going to do this and that. And whatever happened to states' rights? When there is a Democratic president, they scream, oh, you can't tell other states what to do. It's states' rights. Texas can do what it wants. Florida can do what it wants. We can do what we want. But the minute there's a Republican president, oh my God, we're the federal government. You gotta use you states' rights. What state rights? You don't have any state rights. It's like it doesn't exist. It's like how do you Republicans just talk out of both sides of your mouth? I want you to know the Republicans, and I call them Republicans anymore because that's all it does. The Republicans are just in a clan. And it's its own little clan. It's its own little understanding of the world. Because you sit there and say one thing, and then the second there's a Republican president, everyone's got to listen to the president. The president is all-knowing, all-seeing, he's the ultimate authority on everything. And I promise you, mark this showdown. Mark this right now. I 1,000 trillion% guarantee you, the next president is going to be a Democrat. And I'm telling you, the first words out of their mouth when he becomes president is, you're just the president. You don't really, the legislature legislates and, the judicial is, makes all the laws and decisions. And yeah, the president just is a puppet. The president doesn't really, you watch. The minute there's a Democratic president, every single thing he wants to do, the Republicans want to take it to the Supreme Court. We're going to take it to the Supreme Court. We're going to take it to the Supreme Court. You want us to do what? No, we're not going to do it. We're going to take it to the Supreme Court. That's all you're going to hear. And that's what that is the weapon from now on Republicans are going to use against Democratic presidents. They're going to try to make it so the Democratic president can't do anything. They're going to take every single thing he says. We're going to the Supreme Court. We're going to the Supreme Court. But Republican president, he is all-knowing, all-seeing. How dare you, even as Stephen Miller, how dare you say anything against President Trump? President Trump is almighty God himself. But the minute Gavin Newsom gets in office, we don't have to listen to him. We have states' rights. Texas and Florida, we can do whatever we want. We don't have to listen to him at all. Get ready for it. I'm telling you, watch how it happens. Go back to this show and remember, I told you so. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget there's a new Dreyway each and every day. Every day there's a new Dreyway. So stop by and say hello every single day. Hit the subscribe button, pretty please. Have a great day, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow right here on the Dreyway.
Whoa! Look at that. Water splashing everywhere, and I didn't even get wet. Seriously, if you want a pool like this, call the people at Unique Pool Finishes.
Hey, is that a fish?